Question 10, given that f of x equals the square root of x, which equation describes the graph of function g? So if you don't know what the square root of x looks like, I would encourage you to type that in first and graph it. At this point, you've probably seen that one enough where you know the basic shape of this graph. So it looks something like that. So then the question is, okay, the graph in blue, that's our parent function. That's the before picture. What are we doing to the before picture to get to the after picture? Well, the first big hint is that anchor point. Notice the original anchor point is at 0, 0. This other graph, even though it's going the opposite direction, has an anchor point that's 1 below. So we've shifted that function down 1 unit, and we know the number on the outside is a vertical shifter. So it's got to be one of these with a -1. Now, the orientation part of the graph tends to confuse students. So here's what I'm going to do. Is I know the answer. I'm going to cross this one out. We know it's not this and not this because they both have a +1 on the end. What we're going to do is I'm going to rewrite this first answer choice instead of a negative f of x -1 because I can't graph this. I don't have any real operators with f of x. So I'm going to rewrite this function, the square root of x, in that format. So the negative sign, notice how it's on the outside of the parentheses. So this one is going to have a negative on the outside of the radical symbol. The -1 is also on the outside of that radical symbol. So we'll put the -1 on the outside, and let's graph it and see if it matches up. So negative square root of x -1. No, so that one, all it did was reflect it over the x-axis. It shifted it down 1, which is what we want, but it reflected it the wrong direction. So more than likely, unless I've steered you wrong, it should be this last one, but let's check it. So notice how the negative here is on the inside of the parentheses. So when we rewrite this function here, the negative symbol is going to be on the inside of the radical. The -1 is still on the outside. So let's graph it and see if this matches up. Delete that. Rewrite this. Graph it. And that appears to be a match.